Hello and welcome to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. This week we've got an alpinist who loves getting freezing cold, some 8-beat flash action, and of course our special Epic TV shop deal of the week. T, welcome back to the news show.
Merci. Into a new studio.
I know, and this is going to be confusing for people watching because last week me and Hugo were standing up with kind of carnage around us. This is like phase 1 of the new phase 2.
Yeah.
We're sitting down. I feel quite relaxed.
It feels different. Like we're just going to chat about climbing.
Exactly, or therapy, either one. I don't know which one of us is the
No, you need
therapist.
to be lying down.
Right, okay.
I'm a good listener.
We'll do that afterwards. You can. If you subscribe, then maybe you'll see my therapy session.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, exactly. In the meantime, we're going to crack on with some news, and I'm starting with one of my favourite boulders in the world, Off The Wagon. As reported by 8a.nu, Florian Vates has sent Off The Wagon Sit, an 8C+ in Val Bavona. He sent the stand version quickly last December and started working on the Sit. Most people move the wagon for this, but for him, the wagon was part of the charm, and sitting on it still means the same start, so he left it there. So one of my favourite boulders, and I think that's for 2 reasons, right? One,
Or wrong.
is it's stunning, obviously, and number 2 is the wagon. Like, I love the wagon, and so does he.
He left it there.
He did.
But then if he wants to do the low start,
He would have to move it, yeah.
remember all those news shows back in the day where we talked about people digging underneath the boulder so they can start like uber low?
It's funny you say that because Orin, Orin from the UK, he had a bouldering area he goes to and someone had dug down to create better footholds at the beginning.
Oh.
And like, obviously, I understand, right, how bad that is. However, well, it's got me thinking, right, what happens if you just extended all these classic boulders? Just by digging down.
Well, you have to make them harder because now the level of climbing is getting better. So like in some way.
We could have a low sit start to Off The Wagon.
So shovels will be brought to the crag.
Exactly, Off The Wagon pit variant.
I'm glad we're in charge of names.
I think it's a great idea.
Speaking of boulders, well, I've got a boulder that's a traverse in Fontainebleau. As reported on 8a.nu, French climber Fanny Gibert climbed Traffic, an 8B traverse. The 6-time French boulder champion actually skipped the French Championships last weekend to focus on her training for the upcoming World Cup season, and she definitely has an eye on qualifying for the Olympics. Actually, Oriane won the French bouldering cup.
Yeah, Mejdi won for the men, right?
I don't know. Yes.
Yeah, he
No,
definitely did. I was about to check my own facts.
They posted a picture of like, back in the day and now.
Yeah.
Yes.
We should mention this, I think, because people sometimes get quite annoyed about us for not covering national events.
Yeah, but then what? There are 196 countries in the world. Like, are we going to cover every boulder
I now want
World
to.
Cup?
If every single country has a national competition, that sounds like a heck of a video series. Hugo, could you pay me to travel to 196 countries? And no, he's nodding.
Nodding?
There we go.
We've got
New
a
series
yes.
on Epic TV.
I don't know to which camera to look at anymore.
There are so many, aren't there? This new setup is killing me. Fontainebleau traverses, don't they have a different grading system?
You're asking me that because, I looked into it this morning, didn't I?
I actually didn't know you did look into it. But go on.
No, of course. Well, I was trying to understand, like what margin does it have? Because it's meant to be a combination between a sport grade and a bouldering grade, which does translate into 8A+ boulder, apparently.
Okay,
Apparently.
that is fair.
But we don't climb those grades, and this is me ready to getting shot at, apparently, but like white flags. We don't climb those grades.
You're
but
pretty close to 8A Sport.
I'm still holding up my hand.
I know you are.
Like, don't shoot. We're just chit-chatting about grades because that's what we do, because it's fun.
We do. But from something fun to something horrendously suffering and awful, we're talking winter mountaineering ascents. The cold and sometimes bad weather that can come with a winter ascent really adds to the challenge on already difficult routes. Jost Kobusch is no stranger to suffering. He is a specialist in this kind of climbing, and he's just sent the Messner Couloir on Denali in Alaska. Jost climbed solo, starting up the west buttress and finishing with the couloir to get to the top of the 6,190-metre mountain. He did the climb in a single 35-hour push, as reported by Planet Mountain, and he's the first non-American to successfully climb Denali in winter and the first person to do it via the Messner Couloir. This is always a bit personal when we talk about Jost, because we know Jost because he lives here in Chamonix.
Yes.
I learned to fly with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Why aren't you on Denali with him? Because he likes solo things.
Yeah, he is like a master of suffering, right? Like he tried that. He wants to do that Everest North Face solo in winter.
Well, he's putting up the first ascent though of
Exactly.
it.
And then last time we talked about him, he wasn't even trying. He wasn't even wanting to complete the route. He just wanted to go to do it for next time. So he's one of those alpinists who's just uber focused. I mean, his whole life is surrounded by just like optimizing himself for that. But you have got to love to suffer, haven't you? To go up in Alaska on Denali in winter.
I mean, you're in a t-shirt. I've got like 4 layers on, I think.
It's
so
true.
you know my opinion. But yeah, what a great achievement. And since we're friends with him, Jenny, his girlfriend, was following the whole expedition.
I know.
But like when I see those things, it's like, oh, it's so close to home. It's like, okay, please make it. Like,
I know, exactly.
Go on.
I'm kind of
It's so ridiculous
tense.
because it's like,
No, but it's true. But the live tracker actually broke when he was on the top, so they had to like be reporting as it was. There's a whole thing. Jost is a cool guy. Make sure you check him out if you haven't already.
I'm moving on to another traverse, but this time it's in the Dolomites. As reported on planetmountain.com, alpinist Simon Goethel completed the first winter solo integral ascent of Vilnosser Geisler Traverse in winter. It took him a total of 3 days and 2 bivvies. It was quite an adventurous traverse, since he didn't try beforehand the routes up to 14 peaks. On this journey, Simon took with him an 18 kilos rucksack, including a small tent, lightweight sleeping bag, a stove, and a 60-meter rope. So Simon also posted all the gear, clothing he was wearing. All the clothing, not gear yet. But I thought that was quite interesting because I never know how to layer or like how much you actually need. But like gloves included.
Yeah.
Gloves and socks.
It must be funny packing this year because you know how there's like no snow in the Alps and it's kind of summer.
Yes.
We said this before, but I reckon we're going to see so many more winter ascents, especially in the Alps.
But it's winter just because it falls into
Exactly.
the seasons, not
Yeah.
because it's wintry conditions.
But I know because I think the Everest winter season is like there's a date in December that you have to do it afterwards for it to count.
Okay.
So I wonder if they'll start changing like alpine dates for winter ascents if global warming continues.
It sounds very, was it called nitpicking?
Maybe, yeah. But that's hot. I mean, says the lady who's just been talking about grades. I mean, as climbers, we are nitpickers. We
Yes.
pick nits. Because we're dirtbags as well, so we have nits.
Oh.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
Do you?
have
No, of course not.
I don't know, T. You got a hat on a lot. I mean, what's
do.
going on underneath that?
Yeah, I feel safe.
Infestation. That's why we're sitting so far apart.
Glasses and AirPods.
No one goes near you because of the nits. So let's talk about flashing boulders now, because I've got a double flash story. Flashing 8Bs seems to be the theme this winter, and Paul Roca Lopez has flashed 2 8B boulders on the same day. Both of them were in Spain, and the first was Unforgiven, and the second Sacmilias, although the last one he does give a personal grade of 8A+ to. On an interview on 8A.nu, it says over the last 10 days, he's flashed 7 boulders from 8A to 8B. So Paul Roca Lopez doing the classic climber thing, which is
Lopez? I didn't know he was a Lopez.
I hope so. I was written it down wrong. Yes, he's a Lopez. So he did the classic, did 2 8Bs and then said, it's probably 8A+. I've said it before, but climbers, you need less.
Did he use an e-pad?
I don't know. But I think climbers should he did an 8B. Just go with it.
Actually, there's a video now on YouTube interviewing Alex and Stefano Ghisolfi about bibliography and how it wasn't an ego thing of like downgrading it. It was like Stefano just being honest and giving his opinion on the grade.
Honesty. I just want him. It would just
undervalued.
It was I was like so close to double 8Bs, and then he just put. But anyway, whatever.
He likes A's more.
It's pretty crazy though.
No
that
double
tick list,
Bs.
like 2. Just imagine doing an 8B boulder, right, and then just being like, just gonna try another one.
But did he use a knee pad or not?
I don't know. Why?
Because I started using knee pads
Right.
as a thing in life, you know.
Okay.
And I get it. As in, like...
So you're going to downgrade your own routes because of a knee pad?
No, because I'm nowhere good. But, like, it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like a whole different style of, like, using your body, not really all your skin. Is it aid? Maybe. Should more brands make them and better ones? Yes.
Here's my issue with it, as it always is, right? Is your knees have always existed, correct?
Yeah, but it's this part of your body. It's not. It's above the knee.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna
It's
get
not.
into
Well,
it.
I don't understand why it's called a knee pad. It's a leg pad.
The point is for someone better informed than us. There's a Chris Sharma episode, isn't there, where he talks about knee pads.
Yes, but it's.
I thought it was quite a good opinion. I thought that was like the most well-rounded opinion on knee pads I've heard.
But then why damage your clothes? If the rock really hurts and it's really sharp, what? Like cut your leg open every time?
Well, you were the one who was saying it was aid. I'm coming to the defense of the knee pad.
No, I didn't. I just we needed to have different opinions.
So let's just get this straight. Are you pro knee pad or anti knee pad?
I realize they're very comfortable.
Right.
And quite handy dandy.
That hasn't answered the question at all. You make a brilliant politician. But we need to move on to you.
Oh, well, this week we have a massive 9A roundup. Let's start off with Marco Zanone, a friend of the show, who after 30 sessions on the famous 9A Plus La Rambla, he was able to clip the chains. 41 meters long, it's a beautiful stamina test, and Marco explains in an interview that he really had to build his endurance on it. He's the 29th person to send this 9A Plus, but who's going to be the 30th? Jorge Diaz-Rulo keeps doing his thing down in Margalef, and this week he climbed Carlotta's Journey, a 9A Plus. On his Instagram, he explains that the route is a combination of Carlotta and 8C, linking the final part of the full journey, with a boulder problem of around 8A and 8A+. In the USA, Jonathan Segrist, aka J-Star, sent Back to the Future. It was a 20-year-old project from Joe Brooks in the Clear Light Cave. It was a classic last day, last chance to send. So he stacked a blind campus move, which he describes it as the hardest move in the cave. He gave the route the grade of 9A/plus. Almost all 9A pluses.
Yeah, well chuffed for Marco.
See?
Marco's like such a pro climber, and yet I never think, because we film with him, or he's filmed, he's a filmmaker, he's such a good filmmaker. I always forget how good he is at climbing.
But he was saying that this was like a super challenge for him in a sense that he like short bouldery routes suit him more, and this is like,
a big long endurance-y monolith thing.
Same.
Yeah.
So,
Well, fair play, everyone. But from 9A pluses, it's 9B counter time. Now, T, we've got to talk about this.
Let's do it.
Because we were asking last week, what should we do, right? And a lot of people were saying they wanted some kind of a whiteboard. And whilst I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the space in the corner. That could be a possibility.
Or what about chalkboard? That's more fun.
It would show up more on camera as well. If we had like a black chalkboard.
So
like
we need to
old
buy
school,
like that chalk paint.
Yeah, no, we'll just stick to chalk, and then we could be like
Yeah,
maths
but we
teachers.
need the board. It's fun to paint. Like, you know that paint that then like mattifies and like it's a chalkboard?
Oh, I see. So we could paint the back wall with mattified
I basically
chalk.
saw back there like a paintbrush, and now I just,
I think this is great. We've just like we've worked the problem out. I came up with an idea. You came up with a better idea. But if we had something back there that could be the 9B counter, it could be. I'm just saying.
We are diverging from the actual 9B counter.
Yes, because we haven't done it yet.
Because we need to give points. Well, fortunately, I'm gonna use my comment of the week now.
Okay, go for it. Because someone summed it up, haven't they?
Talk about climbing. How do you feel about it?
Up and down. Get it?
No, you had an up recently.
Get it? Up and down. How do I feel about climbing? I feel up and down.
I heard that joke before.
Uh,
It's on like Trad Dads.
I thought it was funny.
Good try. Okay, so Toby Monroe says, glad you're back.
Tubby?
Toby. Vabbè, Toby. Si dice così.
I thought you were insulting the dude.
No. Anyway, he says, glad you're back. And then Stefano Excalibur, 9B plus. And then he says, 4 points.
4?
Because apparently we're starting...
Isn't it 3?
Oof. If 9B is...
I feel like this is not the time.
3 points.
Yeah.
9B plus is 4 points. Okay. Yes, thank you. And then he says, Adam, that was in 2022, although the video just dropped recently, he got points for that on the 2022 counter because Adam dropped that video saying he climbed his hardest route besides Silence. And it's a 9B plus though, not a 9C. So that would be other 4 points.
I'm still confused about the 4.
Counter. We're just
I've literally tried to be doing maths here. Because if 1 point is 9B...
No, we're starting a 1 with women's counter.
So what, a 9A plus for women is 1 point, but a 9B for men is 2 points?
No, because then once they get to a 9B, it's 3 points for everybody.
Okay. Oh, okay, fine. I'm with you.
Right?
9A plus, 9B, 9B plus.
No, you're missing a finger. I met a climber that's missing a finger. He
Ni-
actually has 4
9A
fingers
plus?
like a cartoon.
9A plus 1.
Yes.
9B
No, 9A,
2.
9A.
Oh, we can't start at 9A, surely.
We really took the thing of sitting on couches a bit too
We did.
literally.
We're too relaxed. Let's move
Yes.
on. That's the end.
No,
oh,
it's
right.
not the end.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
No.
shutting up. I'm
And
shutting
then
up. I'm shutting up.
he adds also Michaela Kirsch, sent La Rambla. So it's a 9A plus, and she should have 2 points. ... if you agree. Do we agree?
I don't know if we agree. We'll work out a point system. A new one.
But-
With the blackboard. Or
Matt,
the old
I feel
one.
we talked about this years ago.
I don't listen, let alone years ago. Whatever, we'll work it out. Right, shop stuff, and you will notice that Terry has artfully placed a Scarpa shoe in the pride of place.
Oh, it was meant to be down in the hole, and we were meant to like pick it out like a rabbit's thing hat.
Right, why a Scarpa shoes? Just talk to me about the discounts here.
The discount, so you
Yeah.
already gave it away. Because Scarpa this week on the EpicTv shop is at 30% off. So grab a Scarpa pair of climbing shoes or approach shoes or whatever shoes you need and like. But this week we have here the Quantic.
It's good for me. If I had to pick any brand, I'd pick Scarpa.
You always
Of
say
all
that
brands.
every,
I know, I love
every
them.
week.
I know, I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. That's shop stuff. Oh, I don't know why I picked up my laptop because content. Stashigeo sent her hardest. Oh, did she? Did she send her hardest ever boulder?
Mysterious.
She did. Anyway, it's on Climbing Daily. It's in font Mécanique à la Monteur. Check it out.
Come on! Swing it back at all. Just goes out without my control. Like, what? Why?
So nice one, Stasha. She's mentioned to me going back for an 8C
Ooh,
at some point.
but which one?
She didn't say, but that's pretty exciting. Like, because, like,
Amazing comp season starting.
yeah, I might get in the way of that.
Oh, so next time this year, next time from the video.
Well, she's still got all of March. She's still got all of March because she's doing... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Hopefully, Stash will send 8C very soon.
Okay.
Comment of the week. We haven't been singing.
It's a new setup. We should do something new.
We should. What should we do? We could bring a harmonica in.
Can I do my comment first and then we do whatever
You just avoided singing.
follows
Here. Okay, all right, fair
from
enough. Go on.
the other comments?
Go on.
Nick Unknown says ideas for the new office ... a stripper's pole for Matt to help his grip strength, obviously. So now the idea for this studio is to put a stripper's pole so you can improve your grip strength
Yes.
and maybe do like a little skit before every comment of the week.
You would like me to strip on the new show?
No, it's for your like.
Let
he
us know
says
in the
it's
comments
for your
down below.
grip
Is that something you're
strength.
interested in? Do let us know if it's enough
Because
yeses.
you like
then
singing so much, you could do
don't
it
take
from
this
a
away
pole.
from me, T. You've just allowed me my dream on Climbing Daily. Don't take this back. My comment isn't on YouTube because it was sent. This is pretty cool via. You know when you order something and there's like options, comments you can put, right? So someone
Sure.
ordered something from Banana Fingers and they said, tell Matt Gloom, yeah, thanks, that if they stop doing the 9B counter, I'm never buying from you again. So that was my comment. We are still doing the 9B counter.
But they bought something from the shop.
Yeah,
but
and on the comment bit, when you fill in all the postage, that's what they wrote, which I thought was quite funny.
it's almost like they could have wrote their address.
Well, I presume they did that as well. I
Hopefully.
hope, otherwise they've lost an item. That's it. We're done for our new show. This studio setup will develop, evolve and change and get better, but we will be back very soon for more Climbing Daily news.
Goodbye.